All right, and we're live. So,
Hi.
yeah, my name is Cindy, and welcome to my channel. And
Thank
I
you.
have Miss Jen with us today, and she teaches on Outschool, and she's going to share with us some of her awesome classes. My sons, well, they took a class a week ago, and then they missed a class yesterday, but they really
It's
loved the class
okay.
that they took. And we plan on continuing. So Jen,
Yeah, and Evan was in my holidays class too.
yeah, yeah.
That was fun. That's a
The
fun
two,
class.
yeah, they were in that one, yeah. So, okay, so yeah, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Jen. I have been teaching for, gosh, I don't even know how long, probably 7 years. I've been homeschooling, and I've been teaching online for 2.5 years. I've been teaching all different types of children. I teach adults. I've just been teaching the whole gamut. So I've really loved being on Outschool. It's a completely different style of platform, and which does present some challenges, of course. But
Yeah.
about me, I've been married for 20 years to my husband. Um, I don't know. I'm just a fun girl out in Tennessee that moved from city life to country life about 8 years ago. And we have a little farm. And so yeah, I just love my life.
Oh, good. Oh, that's exciting. So, yeah, so you have kids, right?
I do. I have 2 children.
Okay, great. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to um, just kind of show your classes, and it'll go on the
Awesome.
screen. And so you can talk a little bit about your classes while it takes a second for it to come up. So you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure. So most of my classes are mostly life skills classes are what I really focus on. I like life skills because I find that in the school system, oftentimes the kids just don't learn what they need to learn.
Right.
And so there's just I feel like there's a disconnect a lot of times. And so I want kids to learn some different things. So I do a lot of life skills. Um, the right there, I do also Harry Potter and Leggo are my real big hobbies in life, so I have to include those in there. I
Okay.
teach a lot of variety. So probably my most popular classes, because I do cater more towards older kids.
Mm-hmm.
And my happiness training class is probably my most popular class, or a close second. In that class, the students learn how to make a happiness journal. They learn about how they can control the positive influences in their life, and can really have more of an intentionally positive life. So it's a really good class, and I have it in two age groups. And then I also do several writing classes. Oh, you can see it right there.
Yeah.
The writing for unique learners. So unique learners would be students who might have learning gaps, or they are ESL students, or maybe they just learn a little bit differently. So we take that writing class really slow. We focus on capitalization, punctuation. I do correct spelling, and then in the end, they learn about and make a 5-paragraph essay. So the reason why I call that unique learners is these skills are usually taught in some of the lower grades, but I do the class for 13 to 18-year-olds in the unique learners version, and I have a younger class version that's a little bit quicker for younger students. So that way, if you've missed out on some of those gaps, it's not too late to learn them. Yeah,
Wow.
I teach some book clubs. I teach, like I said, Lego classes. Oh, my cooking classes are really popular. I do no knives cooking classes, so we don't have to worry about anybody getting cut. and
Yeah.
and kids as young as 8, I teach it from 8 all the way up to 18, can have like some confidence to make dinner for their family. So
Yeah.
moms really love that.
Yeah.
And it's actual dinner meals. It's not just a side dish or something like that. It's actually dinner. So it's really good for kids to learn some of those skills. I know when I was a kid, my mom didn't have time to teach me how to cook. And so I really wished that there was something available for me at that time. And so I try to offer things that maybe I can help another parent to help with their journey.
That's awesome. That is a great thing. Yeah, I did home ec at my school.
Awesome.
Before I came home, and yeah, that was the thing, is like we could make food and then you could take it home, and then it serves two purposes. Yeah. And those are skills that are definitely they have to be intentional nowadays, because it's easy to pick up quick foods and not really think about actually cooking. So
and unfortunately most schools have done away with home ec completely.
Yes, they have.
I think they've replaced life skills classes with testing, just classes on testing.
That's true.
And so, I mean, our homeschoolers have a little bit of an advantage in that way, but our public schoolers, a lot of them, they still want to learn these skills. So while I do teach a lot of classes that are intentional for like semester-long homeschoolers, I also have a lot of classes that are just, life skills additional to your regular education, but just to help prepare you for this, great big world.
Yeah, very good. Now, do you have any, are your classes ongoing? You said you had some that are semester classes. Are those are those one time? Because the pay is taken on Outschool. So if you have a semester, that would be a lot of money up front.
It is. I do them all. I do, depending on the class that I'm teaching. I have some one-time classes. I have, 4-week classes. I have ongoing classes, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm ready to take the plunge and start teaching some flex classes. And I think I'm just going to take some of the classes that I already do and give them the flex option, just to make it more accommodating for different families.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And even the cooking.
I'm a little bit afraid about it. I'm a little bit scared to do it, but I'm going to try.
Well, the way I look at it is, if you put it all together, you do it, you've learned something. And then if that one doesn't get booked, you can always do it for another class. I haven't done it yet. I want to do the bread making one, because I've done bread making, but it's like, I guess you can eat bread every day of the week, but it seems like I have a lot of bread. So I thought it would be nice to just have a flex class, and the kids can just do it instead of me actually having to be there. Yeah. But so I'm working on that. Thinking about it, right?
I do something similar, because I have 2 different age groups for the cooking classes. So I set it up so that, for example, if it's chicken pot pie, I'm teaching both of them the same day, and then I have 2 pot pies for dinner. But I teach and that's a part of a 4-week course. That's one of the meals in a 4-week course. But my meatballs class is a one-time course, and it's really popular. I have really good meatballs. I've been cooking this recipe I mean, really, people ask for them all the time. So it's a really good recipe. And but the funny thing is that, my family doesn't want to have meatballs every day.
Right.
But a lot of times that's exactly what I do, is I flash freeze them, and then, we'll have them another time. A lot of my recipes, like my lasagna, my pot pies, I can freeze those. So if we've had it a little too frequently, I can go ahead and just pop those in a freezer for another night's dinner.
Yeah. Well, I have, one time I had a class, I can't remember what it was, one of the bread making classes, and I just really didn't want to make the bread again for this other student. I think I had one student. So I just took a video of some of the stuff I did in the other class without the student. I didn't have the student in it. But then I just used that for the different steps. And then I was able to just kind of coach the student instead of actually doing it myself. I kind of coached them to do it. So that's a
really good idea. Yeah, that is. For my flex class, I think I'm going to do a I don't know exactly what I'll call it, some sort of like a dairy class, because I want to teach the art of making butter, making mozzarella
That was
cheese,
great.
making sour cream,
Wow.
but I don't really want to do that as a live class, because it's depending on what I have in my refrige will determine if I need it or not. But doing that as a flex class will give me a little bit of flexibility. And so you also don't know what your students need. And so if they need butter at a certain time, that's a good time for them to take that class.
That's
So,
true.
so I think the bread making, you could do something like doing different types of bread for a flex class, each type, each day do different things. And
that's what I was thinking.
That would be that's really cool.
I have the mind. I've taught it several times now, so I kind of know what I would do. I also wanted to do like a bread making camp where, but I have a group of girls that are like advanced. So I would like to open up another one for like beginner bakers. Yeah. But that class is really fun because like, they teach me stuff.
I find that, and I get amazed by the 8 and 9-year-olds that come into my cooking classes, and they're already experienced. Thinking, at 8 or 9 years old, I couldn't even make something with Play-Doh. And these kids are making dinner. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I love about Outschool is that the kids that sign up for your class, they are usually the ones that actually want the class. It's not like regular school where they have to take the class.
Exactly.
They want to. So that's really exciting. All right. Well, that sounds great. Is there anything else you'd like to share with everyone?
I really just encourage people or the parents to really look into classes and try out new teachers. I've only been on Outschool for a little over a month. So far, it's been a pretty good experience for me. I've had quite a few classes booked, but of course, there's always room. I'll tell you that I'm one of the teachers that I don't cancel classes if there's only a single learner, unless it's a social club. That's a little bit different. But for example, my Lego social club, I'm there playing with Legos right with the kids. So if it's only one student, I'm good. I get to play. But if it's a communication social club with to help their social skills for their age level, I'm not going to meet that. So that's probably the only kind that I would cancel. But I don't do that. I teach whoever comes. So I think that's a little bit different. And I encourage people to just come and check out my profile. It's always changing. I'm always adding new classes. Last night, I just added a creative writing class just last night.
You have a lot of classes for only being in it for a month. Wow.
Before I had thought about Outschool for about a month and a half before I actually applied. And by the time I applied, I already had an Excel document with about 70 different class ideas.
Wow. Oh my word.
So I've got a lot more that I still have to create.
Come up with ideas. Oh, that is great. That is so great. Well, I read your profile and I like the fact that you said you've been into social work, and I love that you have a heart for the kids, and you also have a heart for the older kids, which I think is a big need right now because it's hard to find someone who can really help the older kids with what are you going to do when you're older. And I saw you had something about, well, you tell me, what are your classes for the older kids?
I have classes for interview skills. I have resume skills. I have some ESL because I'm a parent of ESL learners. I really understand that ESL teaching style. Plus, I've taught online ESL. So I have some classes for that and some social clubs. I have cooking classes for older kids. Gosh, I do so many classes for older. The happiness training. Oh, my happiness class it's such a fun class. And I think kids really learn about it. They learn about themselves a lot, and I get to know those students really well. But they really get to know themselves and it's definitely not therapy. The technique I use is called cognitive behavior therapy, but that's just a technique. It's not, I'm not there doing therapy with anybody's children, but it's interesting that when you learn how your brain works and how to have an intentionally positive outlook on life and perspective, it's almost like self-therapy. And I think kids really get a lot out of that, and that stays with them for a long time. So yeah, so I teach a lot.
Like that class. All right, so I'm gonna post Jenn's link below this video. Actually, I already posted it. And if you have not tried Outschool before, you can go ahead and click on the link below for parents. You can get up to $20. So basically, you can get your first class free. And then if you invite another friend to try Outschool, you can also get another $20 free. So you can check that out. And
Outschool makes it really easy to get free classes.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And let me know if you have any questions. And if you are an Outschool teacher and you would like to be interviewed, also let me know. And spread this link. If you know somebody who has, kids that would like any of these classes, share the link with your friends. And this is how we get the word out. Like Outschool will advertise our classes a little bit, but we have to kind of get the word out to everyone. There's still a lot of people that don't even know about Outschool. And I think it's a really awesome platform. So, yeah. So thank you, Jenn, for coming. It was great.
Thank you, Cindy. This was awesome.
I'll see you.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.